Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. People, I am in a somber mood. I am just devastated by that school shooting today. No, I don't live in Texas. But you know, my daughter was teaching in Texas at an elementary school 1 moment ago. My husband was born in Texas and lived there when I, recruited him here. I have friends in Texas. All teachers, I'm just so sorry because it doesn't seem to be getting any better. Who knew that being a teacher would be one of the highest risk professions, let alone little second, third, and fourth graders just going about their day. And, the tragedy, honestly, is that this 18-year-old is the one who shot them all up. And how does an 18-year-old have a gun? How does an 18-year-old have such aim? He acted alone, right? 21 people are dead, many more injured, all on his own. And the only thing that came to mind for me was video games. Some people immediately started saying, blame the parents. It's the parents' fault. And I thought, maybe the parents could limit exposure to their kids. A lot of kids play sniper shooting games with their parents. I mean, my kids say that all the time. Little third graders. Oh, I'm going with my dad, and he's a sniper, and and I hope to be a sniper when I grow up. And I'm like, you do know that means killing real people, right? Like you have to kill people? Oh, you do? Oh, okay, well, I don't know. I'm a really good shooter. Third grade. Not kidding you. So, when it's a time to bond and literally thousands of exposures, it says it takes 10,000 times to master anything. So the Olympians, famous skaters, throwing the football, whatever it is, that those proteges don't come from anywhere. They're not actually proteges, right? There's somebody who's done something 10,000 times. Well, I assure you, little kids who start in third grade playing Grand Theft Auto, playing Black Ops, by the time they're 18, right? And I don't know if that's this kid's story, but I imagine a lot of our very able shooters came from hundreds and hundreds of hours of practicing. And at some point, that doesn't keep them content anymore. You need more than a screen. You need the experience, right? So, prayers all around. And in my prayers for all of those people, I'm certainly praying for that kid. Because he's dead too. And certainly for his grandmother. And the horrific experience she had of being killed by her grandson. I'm just so sorry for our country. Because, honestly, we've become a joke around the world. I read this thing where they attribute a ton of beautiful qualities to all countries. And to America, it simply says guns. And the reason I can understand that is I remember when I was staying in New Zealand, I was shocked that the police officers only carried a billy club. That's all they had. They just walked on their beat with a billy club. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, as a career teacher, I've been, I'll say somewhat blessed. It was literally my second year of teaching that some of my students were shot on campus by the Mexican mafia, which are people who work in jail but recruit children on the outside to run drugs for them. And these 8th grade boys obviously thought they could get away with stealing. They couldn't. There were 1,000 children getting out on a minimum day Thursday, and a car pulled up and started shooting. And very deliberately shot these 2 boys. One, back of his head was blown off in front of all these children. He was very dead. The other one was shot in the back and the leg, and the family was actually relocated in a witness protection program. I mean, so terrible. And that was literally like my second year of teaching. So, you know, I'm certainly familiar. At different times we've had lockdowns. We always practice for them, but we've had to have lockdowns, usually for something going on in the neighborhood and not necessarily at the campus. I did have someone with a gun on campus, but they were outrunning the police, you know. So it's just a variety of things, and I'm just praying every minute that we slow down, that we learn to communicate, that we stop seeing violence as a joke. You know, everything from the Me Too movement and rape to all of these super violent video games that our children's brains can no longer decipher between what's a game and what's real. So yeah, that's my prayer. I mean, as long as there's kids, I won't stop teaching. But it can be scary. It's another wake-up call. You know, a moment ago, I didn't know what Sandy Hook was until 26 people were killed. All of a sudden, I'm trying to learn Uvalde. What? Who? Where? It's not just famous. These are infamous. You know, starting all the way back in Colorado, of course, which was kind of our first awakening. Anyway, I was just thinking of Columbine, of course. It's just so tragic. So tragic. So yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys and ask for prayers, you know, that students can be safe, that schools can be the second home that they're designed to be for our children instead of a place of constant fear, which in many ways it is. And that when we say, in a world where you can be anything, be kind, that we really believe it and actually live that. You know, it only takes one gun to ruin exponentially hundreds and hundreds of lives because so many are affected, let alone the dead. All right, peace be with you. Like if you like, join us if you haven't. Subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed.